Heyo everybody, Haku here with my read through for MARRIAGETOXIN chapters 4, 5, and 6. Extremely excited to read because, again, I loved this series so far. I already posted the first 3 chapters. Like I mentioned in that video, I have already read 4, 5, and 6, but I haven't read past that. So I'm excited to do these, get to read these once again with all of you, talk about them as I'm going through them, and then we get to move on to stuff I haven't read. I absolutely love this series so far, so yeah, if you haven't seen the first video, definitely go check that out. But yeah, I'm excited to just make this a regular thing, hopefully, on the channel. So let's go ahead and see what we've got for chapter 4, because I, honestly speaking, don't really remember. Okay, starting chapter 4 with Geru. So, Project Prince. For now, let's set aside the issues with the name. Our current problem is, how do we find work helping people? And now we see a barbecue. Oh, so cute! Kinosaki eating. Gotta eat to get to the meat of the matter. Okay. That was my fault for trying to talk while you're eating. Indeed. Yep. On Indeed, you can find posts looking for assassins, bodyguards, smugglers, you name it. It's where people like us go to find work in the underworld. Take a look. I'm sure you can find tons of bodyguard or hostage rescue jobs there. You've never used it, Geto-kun? First I've heard of it. I use a handler. Oh, of course. I wouldn't expect any less from a family as historied as the Getos. May I take your order? This pig eats enough for 2. 5 orders of marinated skirt steak, please. Nothing but posts for money mules and smugglers. I'm drowning in Michi. Oh my god, I can't. Oh man, if only Kinosaki. Yeah, when you first start, you can only take on low-paying jobs. If you had made an account a while back, you'd have more to choose from. Well, sorry I'm so behind the times. Hey Kinosaki, what about this one? Here is our demand. For Himekawa, we want the art pieces you're temporarily storing. All of them. We'll be contacting you about the location of the trade in due time. This woman is Kyoko Himekawa. She's known by some as a notorious underworld thief. But let me tell you the truth. Himekawa retrieves pieces that have been stolen by predatory collectors, or lost to uncontrollable hardships, and returns them back to their rightful owners. Reminding me of, Mare from ITLC. Himekawa entrusted these pieces to us. We cannot just give them up. That's why. We want you to sneak into their hideout and rescue her before the trade takes place. And they're just silently in this room. Alright. Darn it, I knew this would go badly. The pay for the job was far too low. And this is what I mentioned last chapter. These guys were the ones who I didn't realize the first time I read, but at the end of like chapter 3 where we have the guys all knocked out already, these were those guys. At least I think. So I was like, oh, I get that now. We can only afford to pay so much as part-timers. Guess I'll just have to sell all of my organs. Relax, Kitami-san. Yeah, no one would take this kind of high-risk, low-reward job. But this could be a great chance for Geto-kun. There are no other princes to fight for the princess's hand. Excuse me. And then they all look back. He's a specialist from the Geto family. I'm Hikaru Geto. I'm here to save your boss, Kyoko Himekawa. What? You can't mean the poison user Geto. Why would a specialist take a job like this? Had I taken the normal route to hire you, my organs would barely cover the agent fees. But if we could get you, a real specialist, on the job, then we could actually save Himekawa. Time to siege the castle and rescue the princess. Oh my god, Kinosaki's so cute. Hey, I've got one more question for you all. And they shudder. What is it? I knew what you want, my organs! Does Himekawa like guys that wear glasses? Kyoko Himekawa-chan. No entrance except authorized. Avocado-kun. We saw this sign last chapter too, I think. You know, I've never met anyone quite as stunning as you. I could give you a life of luxury. All you have to do is give up your life as a broke thief and become a piece in my beloved collection. What do you say? Absolutely not. I steal because I believe my cause is just. They're crying. The pieces are crying because they were taken from their true homes. A virtuoso of the Kurogyaru school the late Signor Egg Saturnia. And then, of course, Gyaru being explained as the fashion subculture. The piece that was stolen is a portrait of his own daughter. Ain't she like the sun? Worth about 2 billion on the market. And again, this is what I mentioned last time too. They're like, oh yeah, 100 Japanese yen is $1 US. Just tell us what 2 billion is then, since that's what they're saying. My father-in-law, her egg? Oh, so I guess, yeah, Senior Egg Saturni is his name. My father-in-law Egg had an old friend, an art dealer. He told me about you. Please help us. It's the last portrait of my wife. It means so much to my little one, too. Ageha, show some respect and bow with me. It's all right. I'll bring your mother back right away, I promise. So, to not be rude, I made a promise to that little girl. I'm gonna take it back for her. No more tears. I'm taking you home. Ushio-chan, and we have the Stinky Diver. Break her spirit real good for me, will you? Gyaru-kun, that question of yours was a bit risky. Oh, I love this. I remember this outfit too. This outfit's so cute. Oh, Kinosaki. Again, this entire read-through, get used to me simping for Kinosaki. It will be the hallmark of these read-throughs. They looked really confused. That, or guys that wear glasses, is that some kind of code? A real prince would have more tact. Whatever the case, I took on the job, so I can't half-ass it. And then we get back to person bending their neck. Never thought I'd be back here with you again, Gyaru-kun. According to this high-precision GPS Kitami-san lent us, we're getting close. I think. And then we have these guys, Tweedledee and Tweedledum with the giant hats that we saw before. Exterminate all intruders. And then, oh, I love this reflection of ghetto. And then the action double page spread. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. They get taken out. Kinosaki, where to next? Gyaru-kun, maybe I should sit this one out. I need you. Oh, she's so, they are so cute. Whenever I meet a woman, I have no idea what to say. Guess you do need me. Well, let's have a quick meeting. It's a break-in and a rescue. Alright, on to Chapter 5 now. That was great. I love this series so much. It's so fun. Alright, is Chapter 5 loaded? Yep, looks like it. And they are using this cup of water to waterboard Himekawa? Water. The giver of life threatens to take hers. Alright. Ushio-chan, stop. Huh, is that all you got? It seems a couple of rats have made their way in. Exterminate them for me. Now, how about we shake things up a bit? So, thanks a lot for, saving me, but who are you? I'm Hikaru Ghetto, a poison user. Let's date, and then get married. Nuh-uh. If this were the real thing, you'd be face down in the water. Then, what should I say? Hey, don't move, and we have more guys with tall hats. You're dead. Make sure you write this down later. The key to finding a future spouse is being really thoughtful of their feelings. So forget about marriage for a minute. Huh, but that's the whole point. Not for her. What you want is none of her business. Gyaru-kun, you're a specialist who's here to rescue Kyoko Himekawa. She's been taken captive and brought to suffer alone in this horrid place. Knowing how awful going through all that must make her feel. What would you say to her? And he thinks. Let's try practicing one more time. And then, pulling a gun on me after acting so dignified. A bit uninspired if you ask me. I guess that's how it must seem to you. And he points the gun at the painting. Hey, what are you? Huh, I should have done this from the get-go. If you're really a collector, then you know exactly how much shooting it will... A small price to pay to add you to my collection. So, what do you say? I was supposed to bring her back to her little girl, but instead I've put her in danger. Fine. I'll do whatever you want. And then his arm melts off. Oh my god. his wrist. It melts like putty. He starts screaming, "My arm! Who did this and how? No one should be able to get in this room. Thanks for cleaning me up." And then we see a needle stuck into his neck. And a punch. "Have a nice trip." Geto knocks him over. And then Himekawa's looking at him. "I'm Hikaru Geto, a poison user. I'm here to rescue you. You're safe now." And then we've got Kinosaki looking through the hole in the door. It's a really basic opening line, but maybe now we can relax. Wow, that guy's tripping hard. Of all people, a specialist. Just letting you know we don't have the money to pay someone like you. And then he looks back at Kinosaki. "So Geto-kun, after you start talking to her, Himekawa's on the other side of this door, huh? I'm going in." "What? Hold on. I know you're worried about her, but we're still planning here." "Oh, let's get you untied. We didn't prepare anything past his opening lines." What a relief. But still, what a relief. We got here in time to save her from the worst case scenario. And then Stinky Diver comes up from behind. Heh. And then takes her captive. "Kill the rats. Water user Ushio-chan." Two specialists face off. Poison versus water. A battle between masters begin. I don't remember if we ever see Ushio under the helmet. But with the way this guy talks, I wonder, does that mean Ushio-chan's a woman? I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean it, because I don't know how this random villain guy talks. But it is interesting that he used Chan for Ushio. Interesting. Either way, though, two specialists face off. Poison versus water. A battle between masters begins. Let's move on to Chapter 6. I feel like we're really busting through this. And I don't 100% remember Chapter 6, I'll be completely honest with you. But at least from what I do remember, I think it's mostly a fight, right? I don't even know if it ends or not. Because I think that's part of the reason why I stopped reading, is I was like, oh, I need to finish this. I need to read this, like, on video. I don't really remember what happens completely. But we have the enemy's also a specialist. Water user, poison user versus one. Okay, we saw that. Chapter 6. Glub glub. And then he injects himself. Sweet dreams to you too. He's fast. And then, wow, Ushio is a speedy person too. Water. Kinosaki, take Himekawa. And then gets thrown. So cute. Hey Geto-kun, you need to be gentle with... Sorry, I'll listen after I'm done with this. And it seems like Ushio, like, makes their arm larger. Oh, it reminds me, I was gonna say somebody from Naruto could do that, right? It was, Suigatsu, I think that was his name. They could do that. It's been a long time. And then we have this huge smash going through the floor. Geto-kun? And they're both down on the next floor. Jeez. That's a really cool page. Pardon my late introduction. It's a pleasure to meet you. Here's my card. And we have water user Ushio. You're the poison user Geto-sama, correct? Is this a sales pitch? Allow me to make a proposition. What say we solve this matter with a private settlement? A fight would result in a financial loss far greater than what you're being paid. With that said, I'm willing to offer you 10 times your client. In business, it's natural to give up facets of life others hold dear. We rid ourselves of duty, humanity, familial bonds. Picture a family gathering around a dinner table every day. Any businessman who lives that life will never know true growth or success. Ushio is on the grind. A real pro is unmoved by social constraints. What are they talking about? They take action necessary to maximize their daily output. Geto-kun's steroid. I'll pick it up for him. Don't touch it, he yells out. Ah, I see. It's all poison, isn't it? What? A poison user's altered lineage reacts to the tiniest drop of lethal poison and uses it to boost their abilities, correct? An evolutionary survival strategy, so to speak. It's not as good as you make it sound. It's not as good as you make it sound. It holds us captive, forces us to finish off our target before we expire. It's a curse. Just like your outfit and your odd water tricks, though from here it looks like magic. Quite correct. Also forgive me, but I feel I must add, my clan's suits are impervious to poison, needles, and gas. They're made airtight to endure extreme water pressure. So about the settlement. I see. Then, with great regret, I'll do what I must. Alright. And then they vanish. But Geto comes straight for the center of the mask. I see. A poison user's altered lineage. Further boosts their abilities the closer they are to death. How inconvenient. And Ushio is able to move around and attempt to counter. If I get hit even once, it's game over. If I'm not mistaken, the Geto family of poison users is one of the top 5 families in the biz, is it not? Getting introduced to some rankings? Surely we can come up with a more beneficial resolution here. And he's dodging all the blasts of water. I'm curious, Geto-san, what is Himekawa to you? An important client? Maybe something more? Don't tell me she's your lover. And we have a spike coming from Geto. What a shoddy counterattack. You only pierced a single layer of my suit. And then we have the poison dripping in. What was that coated with? And we have another spike in his shoe coming straight toward the face mask. Himekawa is a complete stranger to me. And he kicks Ushio down. And we see it looks like water, probably, gushing out of the hole in the suit. And he follows it up with another heel kick with another blade in the back of his shoe. But Ushio dodges away. Man, him reflected in the mask, it looks so cool. But, and then, geez, another attack. And it looks like the mask gets cracked through and water starts pouring out more. She might become something more. 3 strikes to the same spot, with millimeter precision. You should know. I've no clue what you're babbling about. I bet you don't. To someone like you, I must sound like a complete lunatic, but a family that gathers around the dinner table every day, you've rejected them for being useless. But that life is what I'm looking for. And I want it so badly, I'd risk my life for it. He's so cool. The battle intensifies in the next chapter. No matter how absurd or futile, he'll do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I love this series. I love it so much. Okay, well, that was 4, 5, and 6. A bit of a quick video, I guess. I loved this. I don't know if I should do longer videos or not, but I feel like if I do, I would just catch up sooner and then be stuck on the wait. So yeah, loved it. Hope you enjoyed it too. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these chapters, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more marriage talks and much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, ask and I can give you a link. It's free and open for anyone. I would love to talk much more here in the comments or on Twitter or on Discord. I love this series. And tons of other series too if you want to talk about any of them. And lastly, if you would like to help support the channel on Patreon, it is patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. But either way, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.